we decided it was time. A little puppy would be sublime. To survive this pandemic, we needed a burst of joy.
Hi everybody, Shannon here from Looking for Lilith Theater Company. Are you ready for a really meta experience? A year ago, November of 2021, we produced Common Threads, Interwoven Portraits of a Pandemic. This project was created by the 18 Looking for Lilith ensemble members during and just after the height of the COVID pandemic. From January to June of 2021, we conducted story circles with lots of different groups of people across Kentucky, inviting them to talk about their experiences in the year 2020, what they learned, what they wanted to take with them, what they wanted to leave behind. We heard stories of how grieving changed during the pandemic. We talked with elders at an elder care facility. We talked with young parents about pandemic overwhelm, being in the home with their kids for months on end. We talked with people about the joy of how their physical presentation changed as societal expectations changed. And then we invited our ensemble members to listen to the story circles, reflect, and create 10-minute digital responses of their choice, whether that be a film, whether that be a group of songs, paintings, an audio play. We were trying to create digital pieces because we didn't know when we would be able to return to live theater again. Well, at the point that we were ready to release them, it was possible to be in the theater. And so we then invited different ensemble members to watch the digital pieces and create live performance responses. So you are going to see over the next several days an episodic digital release of the live performance of the live responses to the 10-minute digital pieces. I said it was going to be meta. As you look back a year later, reflect upon how much has changed for you, how much has not. I really invite you to watch all of the episodes. They tie together with the common thread of the stories that we listened to. But we present them to you individually to enjoy in bite-sized morsels during this holiday season. Thank you. Enjoy.
Sorry, I have to let you go.
I need to concentrate on a proposal for work, but he's on a Google Meet in the dining room, she's on a Zoom tutoring session in the bedroom, they're on a virtual class in the living room. I can hear them all, voice after voice coming through their screens, a cacophony of electronic voices, to add to the chorus of, "Mom, can you get me a snack? Mom, I got kicked off my class. Honey, can you get me a glass of water?" Email notification. Let me know when you have that proposal ready. I feel so alone.
Monday is the day that I go to my book club. Now I read my book on my own. No one to process it with. Wednesday is the day my friend comes over for tea. Now I sip my tea on my own. No one to laugh with. Friday is the day I go to Strength for Elders class. Now I try to remember the exercises on my own. No one to commiserate with. Sunday's the day I go to church. Now I read a scripture on my own. No one to sing with. Today is the day I endure this deafening silence. Living alone never felt so alone. I feel so alone.
The city never felt quiet until it was completely empty. Once crowded city streets now bare. There are some sounds, but none of the sounds that I remember. The ones that I once was so overwhelmed by at times. I'm now longing for their cacophony to remind me that this place is alive. Walking through empty city streets, it's so quiet. Until it's not. But it's not laughter or even honking that floods my eardrums. It's sirens. Sirens, sirens, and more sirens. They start to harmonize with each other and leave my stomach in a knot. Sirens used to be just background noise, but now each has a story. We're all a little uneasy. Walking through the empty city streets, a part deep inside wants to be thankful for a moment of silence. I take a breath, breathe it all in. And another siren passes by again.
It was pretty desolate for the last year. We are mourning the loss of those we hold dear. The loss of an entire year together, being stuck in here, not being able to go anywhere, not even getting to share a hug of care. Hour after hour, day after day, month after month, how do we get by?
We decided it was time. A little puppy would be sublime. To survive this pandemic, we needed a burst of joy. It turns out she thought our house was a toy. The house is bursting at the seams sometimes. To the dock where we wail to prevent her crimes, designed to occupy her with play. It has become the high point of my day. It started with making friends with the other dogs, then learning which human to which they belong. We take care of the park together. It feels so loving. We fill up the water. The dogs go digging. We work together to fill the holes back in. Hour after hour, day after day, month after month, how do we get by? A parade of honking cars, filled with smiling faces, lined up on the curb. The elders wait in their places. see the faces of their most beloved at long last, waving to each other as the cars pass, each one blowing low in kisses, elders blowing kisses back. Not one misses happy tears. Your heart is pounding, pounding, so excited to see who's coming. It was just so heartwarming, I'm surprised God didn't put a rainbow over the sky. It's been many months and our hearts can't heal enough. We all just really needed to see each other. We are working together to fill the holes, but we feel so untethered. I thought my tears I had wiped better. Hour after hour, day after day, month after month, how do we get by?
I was in isolation. They couldn't see me. I hoped to get to see him. She'd come so far to see me. I was in isolation. They made a rainbow window for families to visit. I'm glad they came, but it's not the same.
A little girl stood in a hangar on a Navy base clutching her sign. "Welcome home, Daddy!" Deployed for 6 months, she could hardly wait to welcome him home again. She waited the long, long minutes to get a glimpse of his plane, and when she saw it appear, her heart leapt. And then she waited the long, long minutes as the plane landed and taxied to the hangar. When it stopped in front of the gathered families, her heart leapt again. Then she waited the long, long minutes as they opened the door and watched for him to appear. When she got her first glimpse of him, her heart leapt, and then it leapt again. Then she waited the long, long seconds as he walked across the tarmac to them. Finally, he pulled her into the hug to end all hugs. Her heart was home. 30 years later, a grown woman crosses mountains in her van, heading home. Quarantined for a year, she could hardly wait to be welcomed home again. She had waited the long, long months to get a glimpse of her parents, and when she saw the familiar mountains, her heart leapt. As she waits for the minutes that seem like hours to pass in the car, she takes in the passing landscape, and she remembers. As we make our way across the mountains, I can't help but think of that little girl. I recognize these feelings from oh so long ago. They had been separated, this time for a very different reason. This time it was longer, and it included Mom too, and in many ways it was scarier. But this little girl's heart knows that there are hugs to end all hugs at the end of this drive. And as she recognizes each familiar landmark, her heart leaps higher and higher. Soon, we will be together. Soon, her heart will be home.
It took us many months for our hearts to heal enough. We all just really needed to see each other. We are working together to fill the holes and be tethered. tears I had wiped better.
I'm sorry I have to let you go.
I feel so alone.
I feel so alone.
It's been pretty desolate for these last years.
We're mourning the loss of those we hold dear.
The loss of all that time together.
Being stuck in here.
Not being able to go everywhere.
Not even getting to share a hug of care.
Hour after hour.
Day after day. Month after month. How do we get by?
Hello, I'm Jennifer Tallman Kepler, co-founder and co-artistic director of Looking for Lilith Theater Company. I had the pleasure of working with board member Hilary Spangler to write the audio play Filling in the Holes, based on stories we gathered from people about their experiences during the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the things that was so special to me about this project was that we got to learn new artistic skills. Hilary is a songwriter. I had never written a song before this project. Hilary gently coached me through the process, and together we wrote the song that you hear in Filling in the Holes. It also was very special to me to hand this project over to artists that we trusted to create a live response to be performed along with Filling in the Holes in the theater. You can help Looking for Lilith continue this innovative and inspiring work. Please consider making a donation at lookingforlilith.org/support. Thank you.